Hey guys, I'm Jerry. I'm back at it again, and I have my Hydro Flask ready to hydrate and talk to you guys about track. So, if you guys don't know, my name is Jerry. I'm an ex-competitive runner, and I have a huge passion for helping people through holistic health and lifestyle habits. I know track season is right around the corner, and even though I'm not doing track this season, I've compiled a list of helpful running tips that have really helped me throughout my running career, and I thought I'd still like to share, especially after running for 5 years. Turn on that bell icon, leave a comment down below, give this video a thumbs up or thumbs down, I don't really care. And remember to share this video with some of your running friends on your team. And this could be our little secret of tips because, I mean, come on, literally no one is subscribed. So it'll just be between you and me. So this first tip isn't actually about running itself, but about recovery. I mean, everybody knows how to run, but what distinguishes between experienced runners and unexperienced runners are how we recover, okay? So I want you guys to know that you don't have to feel obligated to run 7 days a week. In fact, I personally will never condone that just because our bodies definitely need a break. So what I highly recommend is scheduling at least 1 day out of a week to just completely rest your body from any strenuous exercise. So instead, maybe do some yoga or some light walking, maybe some swimming, something that really lowers your stress levels and allows your body to recover. Because when we exercise really hard, we actually elevate our cortisol and stress levels, which can be very stressful for our muscles. Cortisol, the stress hormone, elicits an inflammatory response in our muscles that inhibits our ability to recover. And part of recovery also includes eating proper nutrition to replenish and repair our muscles, which actually leads me to my next tip. This is about knowing how to eat proper food. Now, society and social media has kind of conditioned us into believing that food is simply an entity of pleasure or the 3 macronutrients, protein, carbs, and fats. And while all of that is true, as runners, I think it's so much more important to know that food is about serving as our main fuel to energize our workout. It also helps condition the heart, hint in oatmeal. And it also replenishes our glycogen stores in our muscles after a really hard workout. I personally aim to eat within a 30-minute window just so that the nutrients can go straight to my muscle. But before you run, try staying away from raw cruciferous vegetables. So I'm thinking like salads, raw broccoli, because that'll be very stressful for your GI tract, especially during your runs. You don't want to have that kind of distress while you're running. It's super uncomfortable. I've been there, done that. It sucks. But I'm not telling you not to eat whole foods, obviously, preferably plant-based foods. I really recommend trying to eat cooked vegetables or easy to digest carbs at least maybe an hour before you run. So I highly recommend some whole wheat bread or some sweet potato, something like that. So now I want to talk about hydration. And oh my god, this topic gets me so riled up. So you want to make sure you are continually drinking out throughout the day, but I don't want you to be force feeding yourself water. It can be quite hard to tell if you are hydrated or not. So the best method is pee. Yes, pee. So the best color is kind of like a light yellow tint. You don't want to be too yellow like my Filipino people, or too white like my bleached Korean girl. I don't know, I'm so sorry. That's okay. I mean, they're beautiful. But yeah, because when it's completely clear, it's a telltale sign that you are overhydrated and that all of your electrolytes and minerals have been flushed out. That's why overhydrating can be not great for the body. So to mediate the effects of overhydration or underhydration, I highly recommend drinking sports drinks or something with electrolytes. All of my fellow teammates know I love coconut water. Some people it tastes like pee, but I mean, think about it. Pea flavored water or dehydration and passing out on the track. I don't know, you decide. And I also love to hydrate with tea, not coffee, because tea can give me some of the caffeine and it's also super hydrating, unlike caffeine, which is a diuretic, which means it flushes your body out of fluids. And this brings me to my next tip, which is caffeine. I get it, sometimes you just need your simple cup of joe to get you throughout the day. Sometimes you just need to slap him in the face, mutilate him, Caffeine can be highly, highly addictive and also dehydrating. I know some of my friends who can't function without 4 cups of coffee, and that is super scary because what if a day comes when you don't have your coffee and you have a super hard speed workout? You're not going to have any energy, right? So I think it's really important to train your body how to run off of proper sleep, at least 8 hours preferably, and proper fuel. Thankfully, I've not fell into that coffee addict trap. So what I personally like to do is drink tea, like I said before, because it gives me a little bit of caffeine, but also hydrates the body. When I'm feeling a little bit tired, some days I'll reach for the tea. That way I can experience steady energy levels without having that spike and that crash the way coffee does. But if you must get your coffee fix or your caffeine fix, whatever, the trick is, wait for it, only use it on race day. That way when you do use it, it'll be like bam, a big surge of energy. And that only makes sense because your body isn't used to it. Definitely experiment with what works to you. You definitely don't want to try anything new on race day. So what I would recommend is actually maybe trying it out on one of your speed workout days, maybe having a sip of caffeine at least 45 minutes before you run, and then see how it affects your body, and then make little tweaks here and there. What works for me might not work for you, so what I personally do is I would take some tea or powdered caffeine, usually under 50 grams or 50 grams or below.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm at milligram.
I get super jittery, and I'll have it around 45 minutes to an hour before my run, and then that usually sets me on fire. I can totally tell the difference. Yeah, I definitely think that's what's contributed to my success as a runner, is knowing when not to abuse caffeine, but also when to use it to my advantage. I also try to stay away from coffee so I don't have to pee on my run. Now that we have gotten nutrition and hydration out of the way, let's talk about strength training. Now, for our fellow runners, especially long distance runners, we tend to avoid the gym like the plague because we think that if we touch some dumbbells or like weight machines, we'll just turn into the Hulk and then we'll be super bulky and then it'll slow us down. That can be further from the truth. If you look at like Caitlin Tui or some of the top elite runners, they are stacked with muscle. Like literally they have more muscle than half the guys on my team. I'm sorry, but it's so true. Runners typically remember the core and maybe the quads. They'll be doing some push-ups, but the truth is we need so much more than that, especially the deltoids and the trapezius, the back muscles, because that's really going to help you with your arm strides, so that your upper body won't get tired and cave in. But if you are still having trouble with proper form, something that I like to do is envision a seam of like maybe a zipper in the middle of your body and try to run so that it doesn't cross that line. Crossing takes up so much unnecessary energy, but if you have this forward stride, it propels you and uses energy the most efficiently. Another important muscle group is actually the glutes because
Yeah, so that is when my camera decided to die. And sorry for the background, it's super messy. But as I was saying, so the other super important muscle group is the glutes because those are responsible for propelling you up into the air and also for speed. That's why a lot of sprinters tend to have like round butts that I'm so jealous of. And yeah, so it's really helpful for starts also. I personally really like using TheraBands for strength training just because it's super easy to carry around and it's great for endurance. And you can actually see my strength routine up here in my day in the life video. And I'll also leave some strength routines down below. In my day in the life video, you can also see a little snippet of my rolling routine. And I actually want to segue into post-run conditioning. I feel like every runner knows that you should stretch after you run, but not everybody knows that you actually need to hold your pose for 30 seconds at least to reap the benefits. And I know a lot of people, they either get lazy, they don't have time, they're unaware, or their team just doesn't host stretching time after practice. So to mitigate the time crunch that some people might have while still gaining benefits of recovering the muscles, I highly, highly recommend foam rolling because it really gets deep into the muscles and loosens up your tissue and improves blood flow to those areas. And another thing I wanted to mention about efficiency is making sure to take your easy runs easy so you can make your hard runs hard. So when you're doing circuits of speed, your coach might give you maybe 5 rounds of, I don't know, 1600 meters and 2 minutes of break in between. And it's really important to use that break to your advantage and not push yourself and not run super hard during that time, because that is your prime time to recover. And the easier you take that, the more you're able to push yourself when you do run fast during the 1600s. And also on easy days, like make sure you take it at an easy pace where you can have a conversation and reap the benefits of repairing your muscles. So it's currently 11 p.m., which is why I sound super tired, but I really hope this video helps you, and I hope you guys have a really great season during track. I'll continue making running related videos for you guys. And if you guys have any suggestions for future videos, please let me know down below. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye!